we're going to continue with the class sharing. Today we as lecturer Cito. Jean?
Okay, I would like to thank the grace of heaven, virtues of the masters, mercy of our grand predecessors, transmitters, lecturers, and everyone in this class for giving me this opportunity to share my Tao experience today. Hello everyone, my name is Jean Cito from Happy Buddha Precious Temple. So when Transmitter Lin suggested that everyone share their own Tao experience in class, I thought to myself, I'm not going to share. Then a week later he called me and said that I have to share. My answer to him was, oh no, everyone is sick of hearing my story. But he insisted, and I do have to thank Transmitter Lin because of his persuasiveness. It reminded me of Holy Teacher's message to me that I have to set a good example for others to follow. So here I am to tell my story again. So in my 30 years of Tao experience, I've had many miracles in my life. But I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm only going to share one of the biggest life-changing experience in my Tao journey. 19 years ago, in May of 2001, I was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia. That's cancer in the blood. I had always been a very healthy person all my life. I don't even get the common colds. And then all of a sudden, I came down with this illness. I wasn't upset, but was dumbfounded. Every year, I would go to an annual checkup. But for some reason, I skipped 1 year. And the following year, I went for blood work and was diagnosed with this blood cancer. So usually when we have cancer, we automatically cudgel for the Buddhas to help us. But when my doctor contacted me to immediately check into the hospital, I didn't have the time to cudgel, nor did I ask the Buddhas to help me at all. My white blood count was 220,000. A healthy, normal person's would be only 3,000 to 6,000. So you can imagine how sick I was. If I had waited any longer to get blood work, I wouldn't be here speaking to you all today. Now, the first thing my hematologist said to me was, you are a lucky lady. And my question to him was, how can I be lucky to have this cancer? And he told me that there was a new drug that just came into the market. And it just got approved 2 days ago by the FDA. Wow. And it is to treat my type of leukemia. There are many different types. CML, which is chronic myeloid leukemia, is not the worst kind, but it is a rare kind. So my immediate thought was, this is God sent. I was informed later that this medication, if this medication wasn't in the market, I would have to go through interferon, which is an extremely invasive chemo drug with really bad side effects, lots of suffering. So when I think about my situation, why out of the blue did I miss this checkup the year before? It seems like this worked out perfectly for me. Sometimes when things worked out in mysterious ways, the Buddhas gave us a helping hand. So you are all probably wondering, why did the Buddhas help me? I'm no one special, just a simple, ordinary person. For 11 years prior to being diagnosed, I was in the Tao, okay? And in those days, there wasn't any English class and only Chinese class in Mandarin, which I didn't understand much. Even though there wasn't any English class, I still went to the temple every Sunday, not to listen in class, but to do what I can to help out. Mostly what I did was to hand out the towels when members come into the temple. I did this continuously for 11 years, and this is my reward from heaven. That's why we should perform when we are still healthy and able to, so we can accumulate merits. Because once we lose our physical health, we won't be able to do much even though we want to. And cancer is one of the illnesses due to past life karmas. We never know when our past life karmas will catch up to us. When we accumulate merits while we are still healthy, it's like an insurance policy. The only way the Buddhas can help us to offset or lessen the severity of that karma is to use the merits we have earned to negotiate with our karma debt collectors. If we do not have any merits, there's nothing that the Buddhas can do to help us, even if they want to. They cannot interfere with our past life karmas. So when I do my duties to help out, I didn't know much about Tao or anything about earning merits. There was this energy that was pushing me every week to go to the temple without any hesitation. As long as we have a sincerity in our heart and mind, heaven will always be there to help us. As I had mentioned before, this is one of the many miracles in my life. The Buddhas are always next to us to turn our problems around, whether big or small, as long as we have sincerity and doing what we are supposed to do as a Tao cultivator. This medication didn't work on everyone. I was one of the lucky ones. Only 5 to 7% of the people that took this medication got positive results. There was a Spanish class member whose husband was also diagnosed with the same leukemia at the same time as me, took the same medication, but it didn't work on him. I asked her to bring him in to receive the Tao several times, but he didn't want to. He then went for a bone marrow transplant, but it didn't work. Then he went for a second transplant, and unfortunately he passed on. So I have been on this drug for almost 19 and a half years now. I do get many side effects, but I don't feel well every day. But hey, this drug is keeping me alive. So I learned to live with all the discomforts of the side effects. I live a normal life, still doing everything physically. Even though I don't feel well every day, I'm very active. I don't think about it, and I'm happy every single day. Being happy with a positive attitude is the best medicine for any illness, whether big or small, any illness. It not only brings positive energy around you, it will also bring happiness to everyone in your family to not have to worry about you. Whether we are happy or depressed is our own choice. No matter what, we still have to go through life. So why not choose to stay happy? Life will be more meaningful, and if we get depressed when we are sick, our days will be unbearable, and we will attract negative energies toward us. That is why in the repentance class, our holy teacher said that I have to set a good example for others to follow. I always have a positive mindset, but once in a while, I would wonder in my heart and mind, how much time do I have left? And the Buddha advised me not to do that. Now, whenever I have that thought come up, I immediately get rid of it. I'm so grateful every day to God and all the saints and Buddhas that I am still here to share my story with all of you. I'm especially grateful that I have the style that can help me to overcome all obstacles, whether big or small. And I thank all of you today for allowing me to share my Tao experience again. Thank you.
Good job, Sidu. Lecture Sidu. Yeah. A couple of things. Lecture Sidu, you want to talk about your temple, please?
My temple?
When did you?
I had set up my temple 10 years ago. And Guan Yin Bodhisattva came and did the sandwriting. And she named my temple Ren Hua, Benevolence Transformation Temple. And I love my temple because I feel very close to God and all the Buddhas.
Great, yes. And I did remember, I know you, at that time, I think in the beginning, you always went to temple. Besides Sunday, you also go to there Wednesday. But Holy Teacher came during the Dharma classes. You know what Holy Teacher mentioned? Say, you got to do more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes we don't see how much merits we still have, how many merits we have. So Holy Teacher encouraged you and all of us to do more. So I still remember that.
The reason why he told me to do more because I have this illness.
Yeah.
And for me to have to overcome this, I have to do more in order to offset it compared to someone that is healthy.
Yeah. And
that's why I have to do more.
That's good. But nobody knows how much karma we have. Yeah,
yes.
But the other thing, I remember before that time, we did not have English class at all.
No.
Holy Teacher told you and taught a few lecturers and me, said we got to find a way to build this English class to make it work. So we all remember that, right?
Yes.
And the third item I haven't talked about, nobody knows how much time we have left. Nobody knows.
No.
Okay? Look, our sister, the husband, Chen Zhenqiang, Mr. Chen, Temple Host Chen.
Yes.
He just passed away a few days ago, right? 40 years old, young, handsome man. We never thought about it. Okay, with 3 kids. So we saw he's so healthy, young, handsome boy, and man. But suddenly just happened with cancer. Then what happened? It didn't take long.
That's why as a cultivator, we have to do as much as we can while we still have this physical body and our health. So once the karma catches up to us, even though we want to do it, we are not healthy enough to do it.
Yeah. And the Holy Teacher always mentioned, Buddha's always mentioned 2 things for us. One is we have to do fairly piety. The other thing is we have to do good deeds, correct enough merits as soon as possible. Don't wait. We have to do in time. So that's what I learned. I think good job. Let's just do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Lecturer Situ. The next member going to share will be Feng Tiangong Connie.
Thank you, Great Heavens, and then thank you, Lecture Tai, and thank you everybody to give me opportunity to sharing my experience tonight. And it's I wanted to share it's great. One experience last year happened to me. Just like the Miss Gaines, she just spoke that to share her experience too. So I have something same happen to her. Like last year, I also have diagnosed for the cancer, but that is a real cancer. It's the stage 3, which happened to me, and then I never believed that it happened to myself in my life too. And then that happened. And then it's stage 3. So it's cancer stage 3. And then And I also don't believe that I'm so young. I only around 30s. And then that happened to me. So I don't believe that. And then also I received the Tao, received Tao for 5 years. And then I didn't do much. And then I very lazy to myself. So, but I do go to temple very often. So, and then when this illness happened to in my life, and then I always ask myself, so is this? I always ask myself, if the Holy Teacher saved my life at this time, maybe I always question myself because I did not cultivate myself. I did not work hard, and so now it happens. Maybe Holy Teacher would not save my life at this time. So every day I'm questioning myself. Then I went to the temple. I found $1,000. At home, I found $1,000 every day in the morning and night too. And then I just said, because I'm very young, I don't want to lose my life. And also, I have 2 very small kids. I still have a lot of things to do. I'm not finished. So. And then I pray teachers to save my life at this time. So, and then it happens when I talk to my instructor, and then they say, I did not do much. I did not work hard. At this time, the teacher will not save it to my life. So, and then my instructor said, that's not true. If you sincere yourself to be your sincere counsel, like the teacher will help you, then I really listen. They say, if you every day you bow and then you counsel, you can counsel, and then the teacher will save your life. So because you're sincere, then I did myself too. I follow, and then I did, and then I did the 26 treatments for the chemo, and then during the chemo, I feel like myself, like I'm not, like my spirit, maybe like you are very, like you are not a patient. You don't feel tired when you're doing the chemo, and then and then I feel nothing, and then I feel more energy, and then all my friends, and then they don't believe that. I tell the story to them, and then they say, because my friend may come to my house to see me, and then I tell them, you see, I don't feel like I'm doing the chemo right now, and I feel tired, and then I feel like I've got more energy, and then during the chemo too, I still working for my company. I still keep the job for myself, but not like the working a full-time job, 8 hours, but at least like 5 hours, at least 3 or 5 hours job per day. I'm still working. And then my doctor told me that I see a lot of patients like your kids, and then they don't feel, because you are so different for other patients. I say, are you sure? And then so because some patients when they're doing the chemo, they lose a lot of weight, and then they don't like you. You got more energy, and then your spirit look like you're not the patient. So that's why I tell you are very difficult. And then I believe that you will be past the chemo, so it will be fine. And then we save your life, we save your life, so don't scare, because when people say, oh, doing the chemo, they're sickness, and then they cannot overcome, so they always have something, a lot that happens, and then my doctor say, oh, you are very special. I say, yeah, really? Yeah, and then the doctors tell you, what do you do? I say, no, I did not do anything. And I tell my doctors, I still working. And then the doctors feel like I'm crazy. Yes, and then say, you are doing chemo, you're still working. So he feel like I'm crazy too. Yeah, I say, yeah, I'm still working a few hours a day, so keep my energy, so I don't feel like I'm the patient, and then I do nothing, and I'm thinking something bad way, so, and then make myself, oh, okay, and then my doctor say, okay, and then I tell my daughter, I believe that, and then I have Buddhas contact me, and then she said, oh, really? Maybe your religion helping. I said, yes, sure. Then I believe so. If I accident, and then my doctor say, oh, okay, so you should be fine. So yeah, so. And then, yeah, that's true. I'm really fine. So, so right now I really should believe that when you're sincere, and then when you're sincere, cultivate yourself, and then the Buddha will help you to save your life no matter what. So that's why I wanted to share people. This is my village. It's happened all my life. So, and then right now I'm very healthy, and then I'm healthy, and then the cancer is not coming back to myself. But so you have to feel your positive. Then it will be keep your spirit. So do not think about something negative. So if it's because if you feel negative, it won't help you. So no matter like you illness, you sick, you have to think very positive. So yes, but during like my sickness period, so every night I was read the mantras through like it's very helpful. It helps you a lot. So and then it's like it feel like you have something energy. It's to protect yourself and then give you support. So when during your sickness, because the chemo time is very difficult. Everybody's scared. So yeah. So this is all I wanted. So and then I tell myself I have to working hard to cultivate self. So that's why not to be too lazy. So yes, thank you. I wanted to share to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Connie. It's beautiful story. I know. That's why I just talked to lecture Situ. Even she went to we usually go to the temple once a week. She went there more than once a week. The holy teacher asked her to do even more. That means we try to correct more merits without motive. offset our karma, because nobody knows how much karma we have. But it works out beautiful for you. And congratulations. And then keep doing what you're doing, you'll be fine. And we also need to have confidence, the trust with God and Buddha and holy teachers. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good job.